Well, April's National Donate Life Month, and in Nebraska, we have room for improvement.
Only 53% of people who are eligible to donate are registered to donate. Our guests want you to know you have the power to save lives.
Tom Neal returns from Nebraska Organ Recovery, and Alondria Elwanger received a heart transplant when she was 13 years old.
It's nice
Thanks
to
for
see you
stopping by.
again.
Good
It's
to see
nice
you.
to meet you.
Yeah. So where do you begin to explain how a organ donation has impacted your life?
I'm wondering about you.
Yeah.
Well, I received a heart when I was 13 years old. I was diagnosed with dilated cardiomyopathy from a virus, actually.
So what was the experience from the point you knew there was a problem and you knew you needed this heart to being on a list and all of that?
Sure. Well, everything happened really quickly for me. I would have gotten sick probably in December, and it just continued. Well, at first I didn't show many symptoms. It was just a normal flu-like virus. And then a couple months went by, and that spring I started getting pretty sick, and that kept getting worse until June. And then I had my transplant in July, actually.
Wow.
That's incredible. What do you remember? What stands out in your mind about that time? I know you're only 13 years old, but obviously it had to have made a big impact on you.
Definitely. Before my transplant, I remember bits and pieces of what happened. I was so sick at the time that I remember not being able to get up and walk across the floor. I remember my dad having to carry me to the doctor before they actually figured out what was going on. And then after being in the hospital, they put me on medications that I felt much better, but wasn't able to leave the hospital at that point. And then I had my transplant in July.
You're doing well now?
I am.
Have you been doing well this whole time?
I have. I mean, there's been a few bumps in the road, minor things, but I'm very fortunate.
Wow, what a gift. Here's some video of you and your family. Professionally, you became a nurse.
I did.
Did your own life experience influence that decision?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I talked to my cardiologist about it because I am on immunosuppressant medications, and so there was a little bit of debate if it would be okay for me to be a nurse, but they decided that the positives outweighed the negatives, and it was something that I wanted to do.
You must have had some great nurses.
I had some wonderful nurses.
Yeah.
Right.
I did. I just remember one time thinking, you know, I want to be able to look back on my life and know that I helped someone else, like people helped me.
Sure. And fortunately for you, there was an organ available. Tom, I want to bring you into the conversation here because nationally, how many people are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? How many people out there?
Well, just as of a couple days ago, 123,407 people are on that waiting list, meaning all other medical efforts have been exhausted, and a transplant's the only thing that's going to save them.
What about Nebraska, and how do we compare to other states?
Well, we're right around 500 folks that are currently on the list, so not as big a list, but still,
That's
you know,
500 lives.
we've got a lot of people that we need to save.
Yeah, 500 people. Okay, so how can someone register to become an organ donor? I know we did it very simply
On our license,
on our
right?
driver's license. Both
Yeah.
Mary and I have done that.
Yeah, most people do. I mean, 98% of the folks go in when they get their driver's license, just check the box. It's really easy. But if you don't want to wait that 5 years to get your driver's license, just go to our website, nedonation.org. It takes about 30 seconds. There's a
Please
little
don't
button.
wait to get a new, this is the point. Don't wait to
Exactly.
get to the DMV to do this. Our goal is to get the word out now because, Tom, we're talking about 53% of Nebraskans who have checked that box, but then we've got the other 47% who could donate. It's just a matter of taking the step. Why aren't they?
Well, there's some common myths and misconceptions. You know, people think, oh, I'm too old to donate. Well, we had a 92-year-old, you know, I've shared this story before, saved 2 lives a couple years ago. They think that, oh, I haven't taken good care of myself. Again, there's very few medical rule-outs. So we tell people, you know, if you believe in organ donation, go ahead and register. Let the experts decide what can and can't help people.
Yeah, and when you talk about facts and, you know, fiction and facts and all that stuff, your website's a great place to go because you can get many of those questions answered.
Oh, exactly. We've got a great FAQ page. We're on Facebook as well. We share a lot of information there. We've got a lot of great resources.
And a number of stories, too. If you're looking for inspiration, take a minute to watch some of the videos that are available online. Since it is National Donate Life Month, do you have any events planned in Nebraska?
Well, we've got one coming up this Sunday. We've partnered with Husker Baseball. We're going to be down at Haymarket Park for Sunday's game, and we're going to have a big donor day down there.
That's
so
great.
it's going to be great. There'll be T-shirts and all sorts of fun activities and all sorts of cool
Well,
stuff.
yeah, the first 1,000 people get the free T-shirt. So tickets. I love how they keep those things reasonable, right? So you can take the whole family. Are you going to be there?
I'm hoping to. I work this weekend, but maybe.
That's part of being an ER nurse, right? The hours. But it is April 12th. And anything else our viewers can do as we're looking at this month, they're hearing more about it, awareness is elevated. What's the call to action?
Well, give that gift of life. leave a legacy at the time of your passing. You can help 68 different people just by either clicking that box or going online to register.
Well, Andrea, I know you've got a personal connection. I know Mr. Neal over here can ask people all they want, but I know you've got a more passionate plea.
Yeah. I mean, it saved my life. I've been living now for 17 years. It wouldn't have been possible without my donor. And I see it all the time at work and people I've worked with. So,
And how long is your heart expected to keep ticking? I mean, is it
is
it one of those?
Well, I think where transplantation is a newer thing. I don't think they know for sure, but hopefully a long time.
Yeah.
A long and taking good care of it
Yes,
and spreading the
that's
message,
huge. Yeah,
taking
doing
advantage
follow-up.
of the opportunity to do exactly what you
Yeah.
set out to do to help
Yeah.
others. Thank you for being
Yeah.
here.
Thanks
and
for
to you,
having us.
Tom.
Thanks
Good
a
to
lot.
see you
Thank
as
you.
always.
Yeah. Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you. Did you know the Morning Blend streams live